and set a backdrop for our discussion still on this issue. President Bola Tinubu's victory has been affirmed by the justices of the Supreme Court, who are the final arbiters in the presidential election petition matters. And with this judgment, President Tinubu says he is inclined to do more for Nigerians as he can now fully focus on governance. Well, details of the judgment of the Supreme Court was captured by TVC News correspondent Celestina Iria.
There must be an end to litigation, and this is the end for the appeal filed by Labour Party and its presidential candidate, as well as the PDP and its presidential candidate, as the Supreme Court is the final arbiter. Of course, our justice system says he who alleges must prove. The Supreme Court held that the Labour Party and the PDP failed to prove all the allegations they have made against the president's victory in the last presidential election.
Firstly, the court ruled on PDP's interlocutory application to bring in new evidence to prove its case against the president. The evidence was President Tinubu's Chicago State University certificate, which they had obtained from the US. The court held that it cannot be assumed that jurisdiction can be conferred on the court by parties. The court cannot invoke Section 22 of its Act after the 180 days for the trial court to deliver judgment has lapsed. A petitioner cannot amend its petition after the 21 days allocated for filing petition has lapsed, in line with Section 134 subsection 7 of the Electoral Act. The court subsequently declined jurisdiction and dismissed the application. In the main appeal, the court held that a petition seeking to nullify an election on grounds of non-compliance must establish it. The appellant abandoned their duty to prove non-compliance. They relied solely on INEC non-transmission of election results real time. The failure of IREV does not stop the collation of results. The unavailability of election results on IREV cannot be a ground for which an election can be nullified. On the issue of 25% of votes in the FCT, the court held that there is nothing wrong with the Court of Appeal's decision on this issue. On the PDP's allegation that the president did not win 22 out of the 36 states, the court held that they failed to produce alternative results. The Supreme Court adopted the position held in the appeal filed by the PDP in the appeal filed by the Labour Party. Both appeals were dismissed for lacking in merit. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.